Hello. For many of you, this will be the first time that you have ever heard my voice. Many of you know me as Fiery Lightning, as this colourful red fiery pony on Twitter. As some of you may know, I used to play Ponytown a lot. A lot. Almost 5,000 hours. A lot. Granted, some of that time was spent AFK, maybe even up to half of that, but if you ask anyone on Ponytown who has a lot of hours on the game, they'll tell you they spend a lot of it AFK. I once saw someone with 12,000 hours. I think that was Meowio, actually. A few years ago. But they're a dev, so makes sense. Now, the point of this message is to address the Ponytown controversy. I'm not going to lie with you, I used to be seething with rage. One of the mods, who is no longer a mod from what I've heard, Videhart, wanted to get me banned. This was back in 2023. And I got so distressed and anxious about this situation that I ended up deleting my account first before they could ban my account. Now, the reason why they wanted to ban my account was for quote-unquote Nazi-related reasons, extremism reasons. I think it was because I used to be mutuals with Nazi horse molester on Twitter. I don't know if any of you guys remember that guy. Polish guy who had gay sex, by the way. So, Ernst Romming, the leader of the essay, the guy who led the essay, the brown shirts, he was gay. Make the parallels. Now, I used to be seething with rage. I used to be very, very angry about this situation. And I was always hoping for the day that a big Ponytown exposement was going to happen. And sure enough, today it has happened. A Spanish user got nearly 8.6 thousand likes, if not more, for quote tweeting Ponytown's 10th year anniversary. 10 years of Ponytown. I remember playing during the 5th year anniversary in 2021. I am 20 years old now, but I was 14 when I first played the game. And I grew up on the game. It was basically part of my childhood. It was a huge part of my life. It was very foundational, shaped a lot of memories, and gave me both good and bad moments. Now, I remember seeing sometime the last few days a Twitter account of a girl, I forgot the name, who is 14 years old and said that they were playing Ponytown since 2020, which is when I first played, at 8 years old. 8. Acht in German. And I think to myself, I don't know the story of this girl, right? I don't know the story. I don't know if she was groomed. I don't know if she was predated on. I don't know if nothing bad actually happened to her, and she's just fine. I also know of Sixer Merchant, the changeling guy, who's 15, and he said he plays Ponytown, although I just learned about this recently. And I used to be 14, 15, 16, 17, playing Ponytown. Kind of stopped when 18 hit. I stopped in 2023 and then got back briefly in 2024 and then deleted my account then. So all of that shenanigans ensued. But there are a lot of minors on this game. And as we know, minors are... well, bad things happen when adults and minors mix. And I remember on Ponytown, on the safe server, a 23-year-old guy He was just straight up dating a 17-year-old girl on the safe server. Like, just blatantly, brazenly. And nothing was done about it. No suspension, no warning, no nothing. Nothing was done about it. People would ERP, erotically roleplay on the safe server a lot. This was done in islands. To be fair, I think a lot of couples, minor couples, did it if they were within age range. At least that's the only acceptable way to do it. I certainly did it. I remember doing my first ERP when I was 14 years old. And it was a sensation I've never felt before. But I'm pretty sure the person I did it with was an adult at the time. But I never got contact with them, and I never really saw them again afterwards. And that was my foray into Ponytown dating and ERP. So yes, coming out, Fiery did erotic roleplay on Ponytown when he was a teenager. Oh my goodness, shocker, how shocking. Horny teenager does horny teenage things. Wow. But the point is, predators, if there were to be any, and there are, have very easy access to minors, both on the safe server and on 18+. My acquaintance, I will not name her name for privacy reasons, she was 16 when she first started to hang out in the 18+ server. And on the 18+ server, I don't know if you guys know, but it's very, very, very highly sexualized. There are slutty, sexual, whorish ponies everywhere with massive tits and sexual clothing and even bodily fluids on their characters, on their skins, just brazenly in public in 18+. Not to mention the highly sexual environment and talking that was going on, and the strip clubs. So it's a very, very, very sexually charged game. Whether your stance is on that, we all agree minors shouldn't be able to interact with such things. But minors are indeed able to interact with such things. Oh my goodness, this is 7 minutes long. Wow, I really do have a lot to say. 8 minutes now. 7:58. Now, I don't know much about the mods or the developers. The only people I've ever had any beef with was Videheart or Heartshade. They go by either of the names. And they had a personal vendetta against me. All I know is that they wanted me gone, they wanted me banned, and they talked with the other mods about my posts on Twitter, about how I'm a Nazi, or right-wing extremist, or blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Just to paraphrase, I'm not a Nazi. Wow, Fiery is not a National Socialist? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Wow, he doesn't think that Hitler was, like, the greatest guy ever. Real quick, you know who I think Hitler was? I think he was a Freemason. Honestly. I think he was part of the Freemasonry, part of the secret societies, he was definitely part of the Thule Society, and he is part of the evil side. The Rothschilds funded him. Several Jewish banks actively funded Hitler. Search it up. Now, that's out of the way. I also had a little bit of interaction with Meowio. I think I talked to them once or twice. I saw them on Dusttown once. I'm friends with them on Dusttown, but I never really talked to them. And I saw Stubenhocker once, and Maple. And I tried to join the Visibly Distressed server. The Visibly Distressed guy. That didn't go very well. And some of you may know of Nizura, a green changeling who doesn't speak in the game. I used to be friends with Nizura in 2020 and 2021. She used to be in my party, and she used to be a black changeling. So, there you go. I remember. Hi, Nazira, if you ever see this. So, with Ponytown, I've had immense history. And going back to my point, I thought it would be a very, very cathartic experience. And I saw, and I looked, and I went, oh my goodness, there's actual, like, an expose on Ponytown. This is gaining traction. A lot of people are noticing this. Of course, everyone on Ponytown knew that there's a massive pedophile and grooming problem. Everyone on Ponytown knows this. Everyone on Safe Server and 18 Plus knows this. It's just not mentioned that much because the mods seemingly have done a very good job so far, until now, to suppressing it. Now, I don't know if Mario is a pedophile, or Videhart, or any of the other people I've listed, or... I don't know, right? I have not seen, personally, with my own eyes, any concrete, definitive evidence. Yet. However, it is very clear that this attempted suppression is not working. Streisand effect, such and such. And it is well known the mods do not do well with dealing with groomers. And this is a known fact. They don't do well, and there are many groomers on the game. And I don't know if the mods and devs are part of the grooming. I don't know. I would like it if they were not. I would like to believe they are not. Because I don't want to believe that they are. I played nearly 5,000 hours on the game and as a teenager, and it was a huge part of my life. But I thought that this announcement would be so cathartic and so, oh my goodness, finally things are happening. But honestly, I feel mellow. I don't feel indifferent. I just feel a bit... depressed is too strong. Let's go with mellow. It's kind of just... we are in a momentous time right now. And my heart goes out to all the children and teenagers that were groomed and possibly had revealed private information about themselves or the information or their persons. My heart goes out to all of those people. And I hope they all recover from that experience. But honestly, guys, I'm just kind of depressed at this whole situation. The people I used to look up to, the people I used to go, man, I wish I were them. Much like in politics, much like in fiction, much like in reality, sometimes your heroes are villains. Other times they're not villains, but they're not your heroes either. And with that, there's not particularly much else for me to say. I will just monitor the situation and see where this is going. And personally, Videhart, if you're hearing this, I don't know what to say to you. All I can say is I pray that you have not done anything wrong. Same with all the other mods and admins. Because if there is the case that such things have happened, then things are not going to look good. Things are really not going to look good. So yeah, congratulations to the 10th anniversary of Ponytown. Really going off with a banger here. And, well, that's about it. Bye-bye, every pony. Well, this is serious. Bye, everyone.